Yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? Good to see y'all tonight. Yes, sir. Another episode of the Regular Cat Konvo. Thank y'all for being here. Peace, DJ. What's good, bro? Let me know how we sounding, DJ. You already know. Peace, Jason. What's good? What's good? What up, cuz? Y'all know who in the building tonight. Yeah. Oh, JQ, peace. Thanks for joining us, bro. I appreciate you, B. Thank you, thank you. Definitely gotta shout that show out for sure. What up, cuz? My man Snyp in the building. What up, bro? Oh, he here early. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it going. Yes, yes, yes. We'll get my bro in here now.
Peace, man.
Salute, salute, man. What's good with you?
Everything good, brother. I try to be prompt when I can, man. I try not to be on rapper time. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man. You definitely are not that. Listen, when it comes to even responding to tech inboxes, all that, you A1 with that, bro. I told DJ that, man. I hit you up for the pick. I got that pick before I could put my phone down, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate that. So, for everybody who may not know, I don't know how you don't know, we got my man Snyp Life in the building, D Block representative, Mount Vernon representative,
yes,
Knicks
sir.
representative. We in the building, baby. Peace.
Yes, sir, man. Happy to hop on, chop it up with you real quick. You know what I mean?
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time, bro. I know you're real busy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Let's just get into it, man. Man, out of Mount Vernon. You know, that's where I'm from as well. I let everybody know it's no secret.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo. I'm about to say, right? How I look on my side. Cause I don't know if I'm wavy. If I need to, let me know if I need to pop out, come back in real quick before you even start.
Oh, all right, word. Nah, you looking good. Look foggy, but we good though. There's no blend up. You know what I'm saying? We good though. Everybody, let us know how we looking before we get going. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure this is right.
I want to try to give it as crisp as we could get it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? They said just your backlight. They were saying.
Yeah, that's the light overhead. My joint is like dim. It's a dim joint. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, that's good. That's good. Listen, once again, thank you for being here. We're gonna have some heads in here, some Mount Vernon in the building. I always appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Ready.
You know, let's get into it, man. So let's just start with the building, the beginning, man. Your days of first putting that pen to paper, bro.
Yeah, man. Fun fact, like I know a lot of people see me, you know, do the D Block movement. You know what I'm saying? But fun fact, I started writing rhymes before I ever been around the locks. You know what I'm saying? Originally, I'm from Mount Vernon. You know what I'm saying? Like we, you know, we already kind of covered. I'm from the early golden era when it was money earned in Mount Vernon. You know,
me too, bro.
They call it Murderville now for a slew of different reasons, but yeah, I come from that original era. You know, Ev was making noise. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Pete Rock, CL Smooth, even the YGs. You know, I'm from that with the tapes. I was on the block with the tapes, getting the YG joints, and I was inspired just from the culture as a kid. My mom's was young when she had me. My mom's is a Harlem girl. And so rest in peace. She a Harlem girl though, and just had me in Mount Vernon, so I can recall the days of seeing my mom's cleaning up around the crib. She's playing like Eric B and Rakim. She's playing Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One. You know, a lot of hip hop.
All them bangers, man. All them classics.
Right. I was influenced by what I heard on the radio. You know what I mean? And I think for me, it was Big Daddy Kane, Ain't No Half Stepping. You know what I'm saying? That inspired me to write a rhyme. I was 9 years old. I never forget. I was 9 years old when I wrote my first rhyme. You know what I'm saying? I moved to Yonkers when I was 10, about to be 11. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So at 11, I was writing rhymes. I didn't know how to count bars, you know what I'm saying? But I knew how to write rhymes, and I knew how to kick a flow. So that was one of the things before I ever met the Locks themselves, because they from the same neighborhood. But before I even got around them, it was the OGs. It was the old heads, the drug dealers, the pushers, the thieves that was outside that used to hear me rhyme and took a liking to me. Like, yo, Shorty could rhyme. And then that's how I met Sheik and Kiss and Luch, you know, on my block, but just being a shorty. And I jumped in the cypher when they was rapping. They was like, oh, shit, who that? And that's how it started. You know what I'm saying?
Salute. And like through all that, you know what I'm saying? You bringing up, when you say the golden era of Mount Vernon, you understand, like, we talk, I'm from there, but I went to Washington Elementary School, A.B. Davis Middle School. I graduated
went to Nichols. I was supposed to go to Nichols, but I moved to Yonkers when it was time for me to go to Nichols. You know what I'm saying?
Remember that gate that separated them, man?
Fact. That's a fact.
Absolutely, you know, so but you know, so coming from Mount Vernon, going to YO, and shout to YO, shout to D Block, shout to everybody out there. You know what I mean? I still got people that's out there too. Shout to my man Roster, you know what I'm saying? He still be rocking with them, you know.
Ross, what up?
You know, but how was it? Was it something extra you had to do being from Mount Vernon? Did you have to, like, first of all, getting in the cypher with the Locks, you already got to be on your A game. But being from Mount Vernon, was it looked at differently being out there?
Nah, I got embraced. I was a kid. You know, I want people to understand that I was advanced. I was way more advanced than most of my peers. Not all of them, but most of my peers, I was more advanced than. But I was just a little homie. They older. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, I gave y'all the timeline. I'm 11, 12. They already 16, 17, you know, 18. You know what I mean? But I was able to stay outside. My mom's is a Harlem girl. So it's a different type of flow coming from Harlem. You know, like as a kid, I used to always go downtown and hang. I knew how to get on the train and all that when I was 5 years old. I was 5 years old when I got on my first train. True, I had my own key to get in the crib. Like, the 80s was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, mentality-wise. You know what I mean? So, I just say all that to say that moving on this block, I was able to be outside late. When a lot of my peers had to be in the house, I was outside. So the OGs took a liking to that. Like, yo, this little nigga's outside. And he's rapping, and he's nice. So it just kind of, you know, it wasn't never a thing of the cultural area or geographically or whatever. You know what I mean? We just got groomed together. And then y'all got to remember, this is before the world knew them as the Locks. They were still the Warlocks, actually. They were still the Warlocks. When I first encountered them, they were still a Warlock. So they hadn't even made that transition. This is before Puff, Big, before the Clue tapes, before all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Before anything came, before Mary brought them out there and all of that. Word.
Right. So you know, and I could never share my upbringing on my timeline or influences without mentioning the dog X. That's the grand champ of Yonkers. You know what I'm saying? X influenced all of us. You know what I mean? I met X. The way that I met X was hard because, again, and rest in peace to this OG, my man Greasy Nye. We used to call him Greasy Nye, 354 General. It was a block full of bosses, but he had the most influence. Let me just say that. You know what I mean? And I was very close to him as a shorty. And all of the other top-notch generals from any other neighborhood, when they came to our block, they always went to check Nye. You know what I'm saying? So when X used to come through, X is from School Street. You know what I'm saying? Which is literally like a walk in 10 minutes from my block, but that's his hood. But he used to always be on my block. He used to always be in and out the buildings. So how I met him, Greasy Nye, God bless the dead, was in the staircase, and he was like, yo, my little man can rhyme. You know what I'm saying? So when he said, yo, he could rhyme, X started rhyming. Like, damn, dog. Like, I'm a kid. X ain't can he bite anybody. He'll bite your head off. You know what I mean? And I started doing a beat on the wall for him.
You like, word.
This is my first encounter with X. First time I ever met him. I'm doing a beat on the wall. He's rhyming. He stopped rhyming. I start rhyming while I'm doing the beat. And
Okay.
he went crazy. He was like, yo, dog, not to make me say, yo, that's my dog right there. Like off rip. Like, know what I mean? So we had that connection. Like, yo, this little nigga could do the beat and rhyme. I'm like 12. You know what I'm saying? 13 maybe. You know what I mean? And that was a heavy influence for me because again, the world didn't know these guys, but they've always been ghetto stars. They were ghetto stars before they got on. So just being affiliated with them from the street level meant a lot back then. You know what I mean? So X used to get on the tapes. He used to be like, Miggity, my nigga. Because they used to call me Miggity. I used to do like a little DOS effects, little, you know what I mean, effect. Like a hip-hop kid. So when I battled, I came from battling. Young, I came from battling. So when I was in these battlegrounds, I would use a mixture of everything I was influenced from the radio. You know what I mean? And that was one of the things, DOS effects. So that kind of stuck with me before the Snyp thing. Actually, again, my man Greasy Knight gave me my name. You know what I mean? I probably was about 14 when I got the name Sniper. Anybody that know me from Yonkers, they knew that I was like a heavy G.I. Joe, Army fatigue. When Nas came out with Sneaker Uzi on the island in my army jacket lining, like we was living that. We wasn't running around with Uzis, but you know, we had the army jackets with only if you was outside, you was hustling, you had the army jacket with the lining in it. Only the hustle. If you wasn't on the block, you ain't have the army with the, you know what I mean? So I always had different color army shit. So one day my man Greasy now was like, yo, you like a little fucking sniper, like, and that shit just stuck with me, like, you know what I mean? And I just dropped it and kind of, you know, made it a little more modern with the Snyp. And then the life part, I'll tell you about that later. I actually had a situation where the life part got put on, but this is just in my early phases. So that's how I got the name, and that's how I first started to kind of be around these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Word. And real quick, I want to salute everybody jumping in. Salute to the big bro. Born is in here. You know
that's the God. That's the God.
Yeah,
that's another story. The Born is one of the first artists, because my brother's an artist. He paint pictures.
Listen, I came up under them. You gotta remember, I'm out there when he's coming out too. So I'm getting out with KRS and all of that. I'm
right.
Norm for us. You know what I'm saying?
Right. When I came home from prison, he was the first guy I did a song with, actually.
Okay, salute to that. See.
So then we 360 to the newer record that we got now. But you know, from the time, like I was always tapped in with the God. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I reached out to him. When he get time, he definitely gonna be on here on the regular Cat Konvo. It's a must, man.
You gotta definitely get the God on here.
Yeah, for me, this is my way of contributing to hip hop because I'm not behind the mic spitting bars no more. I used to, but it didn't work for me. So I still like to give. And my thing is this: when I see my homes getting on, I gotta make sure I do anything I can to let everybody see the talent that's out there. You know what I'm saying?
Real stuff.
So let's talk about your first few projects, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did it feel going in there when you knew? Because once again, being on D Block, I already know that's a different type of pressure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Word. So how was it for you? Like,
Say it again, brother. My fault.
No, we good. We good. So I was like, so how was it like? How did that feel knowing that pressure when you was first releasing your joints? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, honestly, it wasn't no pressure. Because I got embraced by people that I looked up highly to. As far as being lyrical, and from the street side, that had a lot of influence. See, you gotta understand. Well, I just want the people to understand that. Coming up in that era, which was the golden era, for me was the '90s. The difference between now and then was like, you could be first of all, you had to be living what you rapping. You couldn't come outside talking all this Tony Montana. You got 85 bodies. You wasn't doing that. Like, it was like a culture. It was like a culture, and it was like an understanding. You wouldn't even come in a certain cipher looking crazy, tight jeans. You wouldn't even come around niggas looking like that's why I be amazed. The shit that I see now, I be amazed. Like 99% of these rappers would have never made it coming up in the 90s. Just being honest, like. And I was a kid. I was a child, and I was an old soul, so I was a lot more advanced. So I was able to blend in and be involved with things that I probably had no business doing. Know what I mean? But again, the structure of the principles that I was raised under was different. I come from a line of gangsters. My uncles, they all got 30 years, 40 years in. Know what I mean? You know, coming from Harlem, it was a different era. Like for my mom's, and I got all of the receipts. Like, you know, my mom's with the fur coats, and you know, so it was a different type of principle. So fast forward me being able to be outside, I kind of moved a little different. Know what I mean? So I was able to just see a lot of stuff early, and that was something that stood out to us, that you had to, it's like your image was everything. Like everything you rapping about, you got to be about that shit. You can't come out here trying to, you know, fabricate or over exaggerate. I mean, at first I didn't know that you could exaggerate. I heard Nori say some shit like that on the It's crazy. I swear, I didn't know at one point. I didn't know that you were supposed to lie a little bit to enhance the listeners. Because I would hear dudes in battles, and I would be like, damn. And I would be mad, like, damn, I'm about to go home and sell wild drugs. I'm about to, like, yo, this nigga's talking all this. But he wasn't even doing none of that shit. It just sounded good. You know what I mean? So I always kind of pride myself on reality rap. You know what I mean? So, again, you know, coming into it, it wasn't really no pressure because I really lived the shit that I was talking about at a young age. And I was accepted by counterparts and the OGs. Most importantly, I was accepted by the OGs. So that was like a smooth transition for me. You know what I'm saying?
Word. But see, now they accept you, they embrace you, where you in the building with them, you know what I'm saying? But knowing the music that they're putting out and the level of like the quality, like let's just keep it funky. Like we know it was coming out of D Block. Like did you feel like, okay, I got to carry that kind of torch? Not being
I mean, it was like it was an untold thing. Like it was something that was already understood, that came with the territory. You know what I mean? Once they embraced me, then I knew I was nice enough to do it. Because they would have never embraced me. Like I need people to understand, I made some unwise decisions earlier that kind of blocked a lot of earlier blessings. And I say that to say in short order, I was what J Hood became. Like that was me. That was me.
Got you.
Like they from my, like Hood ain't even really from my block. That's a whole nother thing. Shout out to the brother. But he not from my block though. Know what I mean? Like I'm the only D Block artist that's from the same block as the Locks. Let's make sure people understand that. It's different when you talk about entourages and you talk about best friends that you was, you know, from the sandbox with. But when we talk about MCs, I'm literally the only MC that's from the same block. Know what I mean? So again, when they embraced me, I knew that I could do it, because they would have never allowed me to have those countless ciphers. Every time I come out, Luch be like, yo, let me hear something. You know what I mean? And Styles didn't really rap a lot back in the days. He was like here and there. Like Styles, what's crazy is, and this is some real shit.
Word.
If you never heard this before, I'm gonna share this with y'all right now.
On the Regular Cat Radio,
I'm gonna give y'all exclusive.
Thank you, bro.
Originally, the idea was Sheik and Kiss was the artist. They were gonna sign Styles under them. Styles was gonna be their artist. Styles came along the latest after all of them. Sheik and Kiss, they always rap. They always hit the ground running. Styles was the late bloomer, and it's so ironic, him being a late bloomer, you see what an impeccable lyricist he is. You know what I mean? But that was the original idea. So it's like, sometimes we like to entertain, like, imagine if y'all never knew what y'all knew and they went to the original plan. Then the Locks, as y'all know it, would be just Sheik and Kiss, and D Block would be Styles. You know what I'm saying? But as you have it, you know, as history has it, you know, Styles' pen game moved at an immaculate speed to where they knew that he was the third boss. He was the missing piece of their triangle. And thus, that's where the Warlocks was formed. But that was the original concept. You know what I mean? So, again, what y'all knew of what J Hood was, I was the little shorty that would rap in a million ciphers with them. And now, again, I made unwise decisions that put me in prison. So I kind of missed that wave. You know what I mean? I don't want to go too far ahead, but you know what I mean? So I mean, again, back to what we was originally saying. Once they accepted me from that standpoint, then I didn't really have the pressure of, I knew that I could spit, so I just do what I normally do. You know what I'm saying?
So you was like, if it's coming out of the studio here, then I know it's right. If they giving a stamp on it, it didn't matter because you knew that's what it was.
That's a fact. And you know, it's crazy. From X to the Locks, man, this another example of how you know they were so ahead of their time. Like, I literally already knew Luch's verse from the Benjamins. Maybe minus, maybe 5 to 6 new bars he might have put on there. But the original blueprint of that rhyme, I heard that rhyme in like fucking 95, 96. Like, literally. Like, we would kick it on the block. And X, now, you know, as the world know, if you're a Locks or DMX fan, you know that their debuts to the world was 1998.
Yeah.
Money, Power, Respect was the album.
Word.
And Dark and Hell is High was the album.
Word.
Now, I was up north. I was a kid. I was a teenager. I was a baby, but I was in prison, unfortunately, when their albums came out. And I only say that to say, even from the yard, hearing the songs, I already knew half of X album. I knew those rhymes. I knew half of those. This is why I'm saying why they was ahead of their time. They had these rhymes, most of them, and they just reorchestrated them around new beats. You know what I'm saying? X would run around Yonkers with tapes, and he would sell the tapes. And he would give them to me for free. And one side of the tape would have like mad Spanish music. And then the other side of the tape would have all the freestyles. Like, those are the tapes that I used to have. And a lot of those rhymes, he just kind of reorchestrated them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he had so many. So it was like, it was easy work. Think about it. The man put out 2 #1 albums in 1 year. And what people don't understand, that's amazing in itself. But let's dig a little deeper. Man, 50% of that shit was old rhymes. He went #1 on 2 albums full of old rhymes. Now, how fucking more legendary can you get than that? And y'all can check the receipts. Go ask the Swissers. Go ask D and Y, the Rough Riders. Man, half those rhymes was old rhymes. He just put them on new beats.
Yeah. And the thing is, like you said, that just proves your point that he was so ahead of his time because those joints. And when we heard him, like, I remember him winning hip-hop quotables for some of them joints. You know what I'm saying? Then when it dropped, so imagine like what they would have been then. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's a beautiful thing with that.
He literally, like, that story is a real story. He literally was on the block. X is X. See, people that know X is like, if you know, you know. And God bless his soul. I'm not gonna say too much. But people that know that was outside, they know how X used to give it up. And X did some shit, right? And the result of him doing some shit, he got his jaw wired, right? Okay. I remember him coming through with his jaw wired, with his pit, kicking bars with his jaw wired. I remember that. So the story, like the big story, once it got to Def Jam, the documentary, they was he was rhyming for Leon Cohen, and while he was rhyming, the wires was popping. Like he's rhyming, and to get his, like, he got passionate into it.
I'm about to say, you know,
it started popping out of it. Like, these stories you can't make up. This shit is all real shit. You know what I mean? And that's what make them legendary, though. You know what I mean? And X was the big. Everybody, we was the pups. The Locks was the pups. Remember this. X was the top dog. Everything else was under X. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as the Locks being under X, who's under the Locks was brothers like me. You know what I mean? So it's a chain of command. But it started with the grand champ that he will forever be. You know what I mean? The dog.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Listen, I was fortunate enough to see X at the Hard Knock Life show in Hartford. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. That was crazy.
It was amazing to me how, because I'm a big Red and Meth fan, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was my favorite MC at the time, and the way X controlled the stage by himself and just a DJ.
No hype, man. Right.
Yo, listen, you gotta understand, like, you understand it.
That's
but
dog,
people, if you have never been fortunate enough to see this,
right?
Because we know what hip hop was at the time. Like, no disrespect to hype men, because they are legends in the game too, and they are needed in this culture. But X was the man, and he did that all over the world. You know what I mean? It was no stage X needed anyone else on. You know what I'm saying? and that was just fire there. Salute to everybody, King Virtue. But somebody else said earlier in the conversation, CB Maya, was like, we all won when Styles joined the Locks, and that's absolutely the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know.
That's my fan, CB. What up, baby? Yup.
Okay, word, salute. You know, so I want to talk about, and I asked first because I'm one of those people, I want to make everybody feel comfortable. There's no hitting garbage when we come up here. This is because I'm thankful for you being here. You know, like the album for you, because this album touched you when you made it, but for me, listening to it and just seeing that Snyp got in the booth and did a whole album, Puzzles in the Sky, man. Like, you want to touch on that one, bro?
Absolutely, man. I'd be mad if we didn't, man.
Word.
I mean, you know, again, man, I just want to start off by saying, like, you know, I came from a certain type of lifestyle, you know, wasn't the most perfect, honest human being in the world. I made a lot of mistakes when I was young. I was able to turn my negative into something positive, though, because I wanted better for myself. I wanted something better for my family. And when I was away, I started to think a lot about my legacy. Guys got to understand, I went to prison. I was 17. I was 18 years old when I got to prison. You know what I mean? I was still a baby. I was a baby myself. What the hell am I doing in prison? You know what I mean? Not I'm talking about county jail. I'm talking about the big house, the big yard with the big dogs. Yeah. And, you know, I wanted more for myself. I didn't want to keep following the same cycles that my uncles did. You know what I mean? That my big cousins did. You know what I mean? Wanted to make something out of myself. So I say that to say that I would have never known that this would have been the thing, because this is something that I could have never foreseen. You know what I mean? But you know, after my incarceration, you know, after I done came home and started to do my thing again, you know, I had a son. I had a second son, you know. My oldest son's birthday is today. It's so ironic. You know what I mean?
Happy birthday to the young king, you know? Right. He a Libra?
Again, I was in prison when my son was born, my oldest son, and my second son came, and I wanted to do so much better. You know, I wanted to be, you know, in a situation than my firstborn. So, unfortunately, you know, for my youngest son, he was diagnosed with autism, you know. My youngest son today is 16 years old. So I'm just giving you the timeline. So this goes back 15 years ago, you know, my son was diagnosed with autism. Now, me being the guy I am, street cat, a lot of influence, a lot of respect around a lot of OGs. It was a tough transition for me. You know what I mean? Because y'all gotta understand, like, I came from a certain walk of life. You know what I mean? I was outside. Like, I really, you know, I sold crack. I really did. I ain't proud of it today. I really robbed people. Like, my shit is in the law books. Like, I went to prison for armed robbery. I'm not proud of that shit, but it was something that made me sit and realize where I needed to change. Now, I say that to say this. When my son was diagnosed, I was in denial. I was defensive. I wanted to fight the world. People didn't understand his meltdowns, his stems. I was still trying to understand it. You know, imagine me. I'm a hip hop kid. I'm a cool guy. Like, you know, imagine I'm out somewhere and, you know, my son just falls on the floor, just have a meltdown, and people walking by, they looking at you like, what the hell's wrong with him? You know, I went through that for a lot of years, and I just came to a point where I felt like I knew it wasn't his fault. You know what I mean? I couldn't have my anger on. It was just more disappointed as a dad. You want your son to be all he could be, you know? Exactly, I'm an MC. Like, I'm nice. Yeah. And my son is nonverbal. So that was a message I felt from God that made me want to, like, open my eyes and change my ways, you know? Because here I am. I'm a whole rapper, quote unquote. And my son is nonverbal. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. You know what I mean? And for those that don't know, nonverbal does not mean that he's mute. It means that he can't fluently hold a conversation such as you and I are doing right now. But he understands everything, you know. A lot of hard work. My son in the beginning, he couldn't understand one command. I couldn't tell him, Jaden, go to the fridge. He didn't understand that. And then I'm blessed today that I can give him 10 orders, directions. Go to the fridge, grab the purple juice in the back, pour yourself half a cup, put it back, grab the milk. I can tell him all of this and he'll sequence it. But that comes from hands-on hard work. And
say that, man.
swallowing my pride, you know, and my ego. You know what I mean? This was my child, so I had to do what I had to do for him. So I don't want to drag it, but just fast forward. So I always knew that it was something special about him, and I was just trying to figure out to find the niche. You know what I mean? And I slowly started to see that he had a knack for music, like he loves music, and he was able to distinguish my voice, right?
Okay.
And that's when it hit me. That's when it hit me. So I felt like it was a long time in the making. Like I should have been did it. I felt like, but you know, everything happened when it's supposed to. Right.
I've been told that so much, bro. For real.
Right. So I just decided, you know, because I do this in the crib. Like I'll have moments where I'm playing beats. You know, I'm playing beats. I'm doing features. I'm doing D block shit, whatever. Right.
Busy.
He would come and set his equipment up. Like all parents know, like kids with autism, like they have a luggage of like he comes with his iPad, he start putting his toys, his spoons, whatever. Like he just comes set everything up. I'm over here and I'm working on music, and I would always allow him into my cipher, you know.
Right.
So I play the beats, and then I started to watch him stem from certain records that I would play. I played in the drum corps, right? So I used to play snares and quads. I played for Westchester Invaders. I played for the Westchester Invaders, right?
Okay.
So I say that to say I always pay attention to intricate beat patterns, drops, you know. And he did too, though. My son did too. I started to notice, like he's noticing what I'm noticing, like certain soulful sounds, and he would stem, or like certain joints would come on and he'd be like, like that ain't it, pops. Like, and I started to have conversations with him slowly. Yo, Jay, you like this beat?
That's dope.
So long story short, it went from just in the crib where I was inspired. Then I brought him to the D Block studio. So I brought him to the studio. He's been in the D Block studio for years. You know, my brother, that's his nephew. That's their nephew. You know what I mean? So I locked the studio down, right? And because I don't want him to be confused with everything that's going on.
Right.
Studio down, right? And we locked in. And I got my man, shout out my brother Dazu, the machine. He engineered most of the sessions. And he would, you know, and I would tell him, like, yo, just give him a minute, let him vibe. Because I'm going off of him. I would go off of him. So I'll play the beats and I watch him. Boom, okay, that's the one, Jay. And then he would tell me, like, that's the one. So I go, boom, then I test him. I put on some shit I know is kind of whack. I'm like, yo, Jay.
Just see where he at with it.
Yo, I swear to God, my son would look at me like this, like, are you serious, Dad? Like, no reaction. Like, all right, I get you. And I put something else on. Look, he starts stemming. You know, when they stem, they move around, right? So, like, all right, so it went from 1 song to 2 songs to 4 songs to 8 songs to 10 songs. And we stopped at 10 songs. He wanted to keep going. We stopped at 10 records. So I said, all right, we're going to do 10, and then I'm going to do another 10. Know what I mean? So, like, I know people probably take that like, yo, that's cute, like, cool. But I mean this with passion when I tell y'all, my son is the executive producer of this album.
Yo.
My son was 13 when we were putting this record, when we was putting this album together. He's nonverbal, but he gave me the direction for Puzzles in the Sky. I didn't set the tone. I want people to understand this, and I mean this with passion, not because he's my child. I literally didn't really know what direction to go in. Like, think about it. How do you sit down and say to yourself, okay, I want to make a hip-hop album dedicated to autism? Where do we even start?
Exactly. And
but
that's why I wanted to touch on that, man. It was because, you know, and please forgive me, never to cut you off, bro, but just
no, absolutely.
Like, that's why it's so powerful, man, because for me, I'm a dude, I love substance. I love lyrical substance. Like, you know, we all, you know, I heard everybody flip drugs every way possible, shoot every gun in the world.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But when you can lock in like that, and that means something, and that's why I want to make sure that people realize that, yeah, this is Snyp like D Block.
Yes,
but
sir.
this is like a father as well.
Yes, sir. Warrior dad.
Yes. And to be able to, like you said, he went from one thing, one instruction to now multiple. That takes you being there. You understand what I'm saying? That takes you being in his life. You know, so salute to you on that level.
You know, I always say, and I say this, whether your child is special needs, whether they're on the spectrum or they not, just in normal, you know, situation. The actions of our kids sing praise to the character of the parents.
Mm, mm. That's the truth though, because that what were we taught? We're a reflection of them, right? We always
Now
taught.
I got friends. I G check them though. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I got a friend that's real gangster in the street.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Give it up for real. But his son is just like him, and he brags about how his son is like him, and that shit is not cool. And I say that here now, and that's somebody that I respect, that I grew up with. I ain't, you know, going in and dropping names and all that, but
we don't do that. Nah,
that is not gangster. So let me just say that it's not gangster if you lived a certain lifestyle and you allowing your children to be a reflection of what you once was. That is not gangster. That's whack. And you need to stop being selfish and be selfless, because niggas don't think about their legacy until they either dead or in jail. And it's too late then. You know what I mean? So again, back to what you said, and I'm glad you touched on that. That comes from being there, man. And unlimited love, you know, being shown, you know what I mean? Hands-on, being hands-on. A dad is just a title. A father is a lifestyle. When you father something, you nurture it. You help it grow. You understand what I'm saying? So
do me a favor, bro. Say that one more time, man, because that resonates, man. Really, I just need to hear that. Say
the
that
dad
again,
part,
please.
the dad part.
Yeah, yo, that's
Yeah,
real
I
shit.
mean, you know, dad is a title. Dad is just a title. Father, being a father is a lifestyle. When you're a father, you nurture something. You help it grow. You protect it. You know what I mean? And we got a lot of dads and not a lot of fathers. I come from that though. I'm a product of, and I always said to myself that I was never gonna do my sons the way my dad did me, to make me feel. And again, at some point, you got to be the change that you want to see. You got to be the change that you want to see. You got to lead by example. And we just caught up in this world, this era, this technology where everybody's worrying about how people look at you. When you're able to put your pride and ego to the side, it makes you a better person, dog. Like, look at me. I'll sit here, yo, I've been doing this for over 15 years, bro. I've been on whole locks tours. We in rap rooms with gangsters. Dudes is shouting me from the jails, and I would curve that and say, yo, what y'all know about autism awareness, though? I would be in a room with people looking at me like, man, what is this nigga talking about? But I was never afraid to have that conversation, because you know why? For me, when the lights and the camera and the mic go off, guess what? I got to deal with my life. I got to deal with my son. So why I'm going to be fake to y'all when I know this is my real life? This is my real life. Nobody was going through this. Like from the locks camp, D block, nobody was going through what I was going through. I came home a young man from prison. My mom died horribly in a car accident. So I never even got a chance to like really be with my moms. I gave the state 6 years of my life, bro. You know what I mean? And I just knew that in order for me to be able to move forward, that a lot of things I had to change. Toxic thinking. You know what I mean? That's what I call it, toxic thinking. And here I am today, like, I'm still cool as hell, but I'll advocate. I'll go hard for our babies, not just my son, not just my son. Some of my autism warriors is in here. They'll tell you. You know what I mean? I treat everybody's kid like my child. I go hard for all of them. If I do something for my son, I do something for the whole entire community. And that's what I'm about now, building communities. You know what I mean? Real shit.
Listen, man, it's so much when you speak, bro, like you drop so much in that, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm looking at the comments, and it's like people's like, damn, you know, a lot of these people already follow you and they know, but some people like my second mom, Mama Gibbs is here, my man here.
Mama Gibbs.
Yeah, a lot of people in here and they see and they hear, and it's like I said, I always love this because what I'm doing here is bringing different sides of people, man. And for you, with what you were dealing with, you didn't try to cover it. You didn't try to hide it and act like it wasn't there. You brought it to the studio.
Yes, sir.
And you did what because for me, like I have some friends that battle. They have nephews that deal with autism and battle that, and I see how still talented their nephew is. And I see the people that's down there, and that doesn't mean that you don't have a skill or passion or anything like that. It just means You need more attention.
Let me tell you
and
something. Let me tell you something about that, bro. Every
bro.
child that's on the spectrum, every child that has an IEP, because if you're on the spectrum, if you're special needs, you have autism, you have an IEP, right? Now, every child, I guarantee you, has something amazing that they can do. Now, parents, siblings, family members, uncles, aunts, brothers, sisters, it's y'all job. It's y'all duty to help them unlock it. That's the point. Like with my son, I had to figure it out. I had to figure out what was he into. And they give you the signs every day. A lot of our kids on the spectrum, they're very equipped with computers. They love iPads. They love music. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all seen, I had the pleasure of speaking with a young man. He was, I forget it, maybe 25 at the time. He took one helicopter ride in the city, right? He took a helicopter ride and he seen the city, New York City. He seen the skyline. He's from the UK, right?
Okay.
He took one trip in a helicopter and he was able to remember it and draw a painting.
That's amazing.
Exactly like the sky. He didn't miss nothing. Every single detail from Empire State Building to the Statue of Liberty, he remembered in his head. He's autistic.
Right.
And I just think that that's just one of the most amazing shit I ever heard of before. But I'm just showing you that's an example of our kids. They have hidden talents. I guarantee you it's something special there. And that's our job. We got to unlock it. You know what I mean? It takes a, look, dog, I said this on my record, and I mean this shit. It takes a community. It takes a community. The love starts at home. We can't get past that part first. It takes a community. And the reason why we spread awareness and acceptance is because of that. We want the community to be aware and have some form of understanding and the acceptance.
Absolutely.
Just put yourself in a foreign country. You, right now, put yourself in a foreign country. They don't speak English, right? You're trying to communicate, right? You're talking like this. We talking like this, regular. These people is looking at you. They talking Siberian. They don't know what you talking about. And tell me, how does that have you? Like, what type of frustration does that give you?
I was about to say,
now, just imagine our kids. Our kids is trying to reach us. It's a portal there. And that's the disconnect, because we take the gerbil, you know, when they go, they just, that's Jergens. You know, they're communicating with us. And we got to look more for the signs and be more aware. And then the acceptance part is just having a little more compassion. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Listen, man, that's what I do with my son. Like, I don't know, you probably never got a chance to see him, but I've been doing this with my son. We go to the barber shop, and I have him listen to the old school joints like every day. Every 2 weeks, like in the barber shop, and that caught on. People see that, they're like, look, no, it's hip hop. And I'm not forcing that on him. He literally he loves this music.
Right.
he'll bust a freestyle in the kitchen as we eat, and he freestyle. He dance. Sure. He's athletic, and the thing is, like you said, whatever they want to do, you let them do it. And you just be support for them. You know what I'm saying?
Support. That's it. So we ask, man. It's a cold world, though, and I understand that. But a lot of that be people fear what they don't understand. And sometimes the fear doesn't come out like you scared. Sometimes it come out as ignorance. Sometimes it come out as defensive. But people just is uncomfortable. Let me say that. People are uncomfortable with shit they don't understand. And that's what we try to make a connection, you know? You know what I mean?
Salute that, man. That's the truth, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, real quick, like, I'm so glad that we got to touch that, because that was important for me to get through, you know what I mean, to be able to speak on that. You know what I'm saying? What I want to do is get into some of this heat now, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like, my joint I've been rocking lately is that New York 90s joint. That's the last joint, you know what I'm saying? And the beat, if anybody hasn't heard it, New York 90s, my man Snyp's new joint featuring the Locks, but the beat gives you that vibe already.
No doubt. Shout out to Psycho Les, man. Psycho Les from the Beat Nuts fame.
Legend.
That's my brother.
Legend.
Yes, sir.
Right. When you say Psycho Les, let's know he is a legend. Salute, and Beat Nuts all day. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't locking in for that. Was it just you and the people's just doing what y'all do?
Yeah, man. I have a lot of records with the Locks, bro. That's just a blessing. It's an honor. I never take it for granted. Regardless of our history. At the same time, I want people to understand nothing was ever given to me. Respect is earned. It's never given. These verses that y'all hear me with the Locks, they not given, they earned. Anytime you ever see me on a stage and I'm rocking with them or videos, it's earned. It's never given. So I'm always humbled because I know what I came from and they know what I came from. So I don't really got to be up under the back pocket. I don't got to do all that. Sometimes I be feeling like a lot of this shit is like a photo contest, a popularity contest. Like, I ain't really with none of that shit. Y'all can see at any given time I can do any number of these things. But again, I have certain principles. I carry myself a certain way. But these records, man, and they'll tell you too, another thing that's real cool about the Locks is that they're very honest. We give them a lot of energy. We give them, you know, because you know they've been in the game for so long. So it's like, where do they get their inspiration from? They get it from us.
Yeah, that's real. And that's real.
We the young, energetic, yo, yeah. You like, that's us. That was me anyway. You know what I mean? So
you keep them on their toes,
yeah. I was always taught, I don't give a fuck who's on the record. You better go bite their head off, because that's what X told me. X bit my head off when I was 12. He a grown-ass man. Nigga bit my head off. I'm like, damn, dog, you had to do me like that. You know what I mean? But no, it's the essence, it's the culture. So you know, it's just a matter of, you know, us kind of setting the tone. Like with this particular record, because, you know, it's what we on. I got the record from Psycho Les. I laid my verse in the studio. I think the first person, I think it's actually in order as to who got it. Luch got it first. So Luch goes right behind me because he got the record first right after me.
Okay.
Kiss and P was together when they was so how it went, Kiss went, and then Styles waited, and personally, right? Because, you know, it's just for the love of the sport as a fan. Styles murdered that, though. Styles murdered that. I'm gonna tell you why. I feel, because if you listen to the verse, he literally broke down the syllables of the alphabet. I don't think you caught that. That's why, if you listen to New York 90s, listen to Styles P's verse. He's using the same syllable all through the rhyme. He went from B's to C's. Like, it was just different. You know what I mean? And a fun fact for y'all,
that's creativity.
Snyp I don't write rhymes, dog. So it's always like a, you know, it's a fun competitive thing. Like, I'm not the guy that you see in the studio with the book bag and mad notebooks. That ain't my style. That's just never been my style. In my past life, a lot of keep lock, you know what I'm saying? A lot of restrictions. I had to be sharp. I consider myself one of the top 3 in the jail, but if you ask anybody that I was in prison with, they'll tell you I was the best in the jail. But and that's an honor, because there's a lot of talented brothers behind the ball. But I had to be sharp. I had to be sharp. I had to be ready for the next battles. So I didn't have, you know, when you're on restriction, they take your paper, your mail, you don't got pen, you got nothing. So I had to remember my rhymes. So I used to do 3-4 bars at a time and keep it there, and then do another, and then just build it. And then that turned into 16s to 32s to 48 bars, 56 bars. I'm just doing that shit off the head. So fast forward, coming back to the studio is always a fun thing, because Styles don't write rhymes. None of them. I've seen them all. Now, just so people that's Locks fans, I've never seen somebody write a rhyme down and recite it off the paper as naturally, fluently as Sheik does. Sheik will write a rhyme and literally wrote it 2 minutes ago, go in the booth, and the way that he's so fluent, because we got a thing in D Block. We don't do punches. We don't punch. Right. And we don't write. We don't read off the paper. But Luch can do that. Luch can do that. You know what I mean? So, but I've seen Kiss have a rhyme written in his phone. Can't get it right. Get mad and throw his phone in the booth and just go off the head. Crazy. I've seen Styles sleep, hoodie on, hat low, beat knocking. Him stretched out on the couch. I'm thinking he's knocked out. Jumps up out of nowhere. All right, I'm ready. And one thing I got from Styles, I got that from Styles myself. Any studio I go to, it's like a movie when Styles records. It's a movie, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Every light has to be off in the studio. Pitch black. The only lights you see is from the board. And he goes, and I always, when I seen him do that, I said, oh, I'm stealing that. That is just, and then it proves my claim because I don't write rhymes. So I don't need to see nothing. You know what I'm saying? So when anybody ever been in the studio with me, they know I black out the booth. But I got that from P, because P does that shit like a movie, like no one else. You know what I mean?
Me being the hip-hop fan and the head that I am.
Look, my brothers from Team Lawless is in here, man. Shout out my brothers from Team Lawless, Trav, Bro. Those are official D-Block family, so they know what time it is. You know what I mean?
Salute to everyone jumping in. I never want to interrupt you as they jumping in, but I see they vibing, man. So they basically they co-sign everything you're saying. So it's like, facts. It's like you can't make it up. You know what I'm saying? You can check. You know what I mean? Real quickly before we go further, shout out to my girl Moon. She's the artist behind all the work.
The graphic was fire, sis. That was fire.
Listen, it's a must. If I don't mention the art from every episode, I will get my head chewed. Like I said,
she gets
busy. Don't play. So, and salute to her. She just got better. She had eye surgery. She's back. And now the first piece she did after the surgery. You know what I mean?
God bless, sis. I appreciate that work. Word up.
So like I want to have Eyeborn on to talk about the non-joint.
Okay.
But at the same time, while you're here, like I just want to know, like, how, from your perspective, like, how did that come together? Because shout out to everybody that's on there, Cartel with a K, Scrapes, LQ. Uno, I knew Uno since Washington Day.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So me and him, we
always nice. Facts.
Exactly. So I know that. And shout out to everybody else there. But how was it when he was putting that together? Like, what was the feeling in Mount Vernon? Like, because I know it was bubbling, because I heard about it out here.
Still is. It's crazy. First off, shout out to God, because without the God, none of that would have been possible. He single-handedly put that together. He single-handedly picked who he want on there. Know what I mean? I don't know, because again, it's a lot of reaction. It's a lot of great reaction, right? And it's a lot of niggas mad. Let's just call it what it is. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted to be a part of it. I mean, like, as far as that's concerned, like, everybody wanted to, right. So all I know is I got the call. I got the call from the God. Again, the God is somebody that I keep highly, as far as on my list of people that I respect. So the God is somebody that I never front on. Like he could get a verse from me in my sleep if he needed it. You know what I mean? And for the record, yes, Snyp do not rap for free. I do not talk this shit because it sound good. Check the receipts. I do not rap for free. Again, that's another blessing. I put this work in though. I put this work in to get where I'm at. You know what I mean? And that's why my brothers on one phone call, they on whatever I need. You know what I mean? So let's make sure we understand. I do not rap for free. I've been doing this shit. And the God is somebody that I hold high respect for. So the God, I would never talk money with the God. I don't give a fuck if I went triple platinum tomorrow. The God is just one of the few good brothers that he'll always be able to get something from me. So I got the call. I know who's on the record. Ain't nothing. Let me also say this, and I mean this sincerely from my heart.
Okay.
I don't really rock with everybody. I'm keeping a buck with you. I don't rock with everybody. I'm cool with a lot of niggas, but I don't rock with everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. Every nigga on that record, fire. Every brother on that record, I respect their pen game. Every brother on that record. It was some that I wasn't too familiar with, that I got familiar with, like brother L Bags. He goes right after me on the 9 record.
Yeah.
Ferocious. Again, Scrapes and Uno and fucking PG, those are my guys. And I was excited to be a part of something with such dope lyricists on there that I feel like those brothers don't get enough accolades. They don't get acknowledged enough. You know what I mean? So I just want to do what I can to help those and Cartel with a K. That's my boy. Any of these brothers, yes, any of these brothers, I felt are super dope, and I felt like they didn't get their flowers enough. So I just wanted to be a part of something that I felt was great. You know what I mean?
And when I first heard the buzz out here, like I said, I'm in Connecticut. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, social media allows you to be connected. I'm still connected with all my people in Mount Vernon too. So shout out to Mount Vernon, shout out to 914. You know,
the 9, big 9.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So even my cousin, he's out there, he let me know what's going on. Then I hit one out directly, DM'd like, yo, I love what you're doing, man. When you get time, come up here. He's like, yo, I got you, but I know once again it's busy. You know what I'm saying? So he know this is a platform once again I would love to share with every one of y'all, man, because listen, this is a Mount Vernon thing, you know what I'm saying?
It is, man. And I never shy away from that shit. Like, you know, everybody know I'm a D-Block artist. You know, that's some Yonkers shit. I grew up in Yonkers, but I'm never gonna talk about Yonkers and not talk about Mount Vernon, because that's my roots, regardless of what. And I'm still outside. Like, you know, I'm one of the guys. You can run into me in any hood near you. A lot of these rappers, you don't see them. They be on here with the cute videos. They got it. You don't never see them niggas though. Where they be at though? They say, yo, my block is lit. Where's your block? Because I don't be knowing. Know what I'm saying? So, real shit though, man. Mount Vernon is 4 square miles of some of the dopest, illest shit that you can imagine. And people on the outside looking in, until they get a chance to witness Mount Vernon for what it truly is, it's always a throw off. Like, so I'm always thrilled. I bring dudes through, you know, from Brooklyn and Queens, like, yo, this shit is like Brooklyn out. Yeah, it is.
Different. It's different, you know.
You know what I'm saying?
Real quick, because my man DJ, shout out to DJ, he's the one that set this up, man.
No doubt.
Salute, you know. He told me we might have 4 minutes, so we get cut. You have a few more minutes of your time to jump back in if we get cut?
Let's do it, man. I'm rocking with you.
Right. We're gonna let it rock until it cut us. So this now we know if we get cut, we jump right back in.
Yeah.
Word. You know, because now with that joint there, you know what I'm saying, with the work you putting out and that, like, is the reception for the 9, is that still buzzing like right now? Because I know how I'm rocking.
Still buzzing right now, still popping. We working on more records. I mean, the response, actually, that's the thing. The response from the record has inclined us to kind of do more record. Like, this gonna turn into a whole project. You know what I mean? I told my brothers, I'm here for y'all. Like, I'm here, whatever, you know what I mean, they need from me. At first, it was just the guard reaching out. He just wanted me to bless the record. But I see the response. I see the love. And like I said, when I say mad, I don't mean like niggas is hating. Just that is that everybody's excited for the record. So everybody wants to be a part of it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what it is. That's what it is.
I'm there for the long haul. But, you know, like, I got my own album I'm about to drop. We on tour. We got a bunch of dates. You know what I mean? And we moving. You know what I mean? So I'm just wearing these hats, bro.
Listen, and that's why I want to make sure we came back, because I wanted you to talk about that, you know, and salute. So no, Selassie with Mount Vernon Soldiers.
That's my brother, Double R, man. Rough Rider.
Good brother, right you, man. Listen, I love it, bro. I just feel like I said, I love seeing it, because I remember the grind of being, like, when I first moved to Connecticut, like, you know, Mount Vernon is, like, I'm in Waterbury, and that's kind of like, I never heard of Waterbury till I moved here.
Waterbury's the hood too, like, it's her.
Absolutely.
CT our second home, bro. We all through CT, so I know.
I tell people, look, while Kim ain't say that for a lot, it ain't where you from, is where you at. You got to be able to stand and be, you know what I mean, be stand up where you at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, now with what you said about the project, it might lead to other joints, but let's talk about what you got lined up now. That's for sure. Let's talk about those projects.
Man, Ingenuity, bro. This is my baby. I don't want to drag it, right, but I just want to paint this picture for y'all that for me, this album that I'm about to release is my time capsule to hip hop. This is me saying thank you to hip hop, from being that little short kid that would hear these golden era legends on the radio. Ingenuity is, you know, in case you don't know what that means, it's the art of being clever. It's creativity. It's influence. These are the words that make up ingenuity. And I feel like that's what my album is. It's very creative. It's very original. And I have a lot of legends on there. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of influence. You know what I mean? So again, I've been holding this project for like 2 years. I mean, COVID kind of threw us off.
Yeah, yeah.
COVID
COVID,
because I wanted to release it like a year ago, but the COVID thing just kind of threw us
yeah.
all off. You know what I mean? So
We ain't know how we was gonna move at all with this shit. So you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
right. I just cuffed it, worked on it, critiqued it a little more, tightened a few screws up.
Word.
Very, very, I'm very picky. I'm very particular about my music, bro. I'm probably my own worst critic. I never said the same round twice. You know what I mean? I always try to make sure that everything I do it at 100%, or I don't want no parts of it.
Right.
I always tell people, I invite people, pull up, Google me, and show me a whack verse I ever did, please. You know what I mean? Because it's inspirational for me. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So with the ingenuity thing, again, this is a project that I feel we'll be able to bury for 10 to 20 years, and we'll be able to go back to it 20 years from now and
That's the beauty.
appreciate it even more. And I don't know how many rappers had taken this approach to when they dropping their album. That's why I feel like it's an original thing, because nobody's ever doing that. I put more than my career on this. I put my whole legacy on this. You know what I'm saying? I'm that confident in my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm way more talented than a lot of dudes, but I know I'm also stuck in my ways. So a lot of my principles may have blocked me from certain things, but it's also saved me from certain things.
Right.
Now, I take both. I was disqualified from the Justo Mixtapes Award. Rest in peace, Justo. If anybody was through the mixtape era, y'all know that was like our Grammys. And I got disqualified because I had too many big features on there. So I always struggle with my identity as an artist of being underground or being on. This is a fact. An artist that won the Juggernaut Award, I'm on 85% of that mixtape. Like, I want to claim like that's my fucking mixtape too. But my own mixtape,
but you couldn't get it, huh?
Right, my own mixtape, they wouldn't allow me to, but it is what it is. And again, I came out with strong, like I came out the gate with strong features. Like I got records with Wyclef and Fat Joe. This before even D Block. You know what I'm saying? So I want people to understand my timeline. Like my company, 354 Entertainment, is from my block. That's my building. That's the Locks. That's where we from. The Locks say it in their rhymes. We from 354.
354. I remember the song.
When I came from prison, I incorporated my block. Like I am the CEO and artist of my own company. Like literally, I'm self-made. Like I literally dug out of the dirt. Like nobody gave me shit. I always felt like I was independent. Even with the Locks, I always felt like I was independent because I was a go-getter. I do the shit out the back of my trunk. I tell you, I went out of town, sold crack. I was 16 years old. I was outside, dog. So I came from that mentality, so I flipped it into rap. So I'm saying that because I just want y'all to understand with this ingenuity, with the Ingenuity album, how important it is to me. Because I had this long journey. A lot of people just now got in tune with me, but they don't know my catalog goes back over 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like I have tons of mixtapes, DVDs. That's what I came from. So now I want to present back to the fans. This is something that I say, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me for so long. This is my growth. This is where I evolve at.
Word.
And that's what ingenuity is.
Listen, now I know you say you got some features on there. Are there any that you care to release at all?
I mean, my first single will be dropping. I'm gonna just give y'all the date. Fuck it, October 4th. October 4th. My first single from this album. Now, mind you, I know I got New York 90s out there with the Locks. I got Boss Clock, my newest record.
That shit hard, kid. Listen.
Right, appreciate you. Listen. But I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Those records are not on my album. They didn't make the cut.
That's what I love, though. I was gonna ask about that because we gotta drop joints. You know how we used to be back in the day. You drop that single, let it bubble, and it's gonna be on the album. It might be tucked in, but that just lets me know you really working.
I got a whole clip. I got a whole new clip. So again, October 4th.
Yes.
That will be the official date of my most recent stuff that I want to share with the world. So the first single off of Ingenuity is a record called 6 Feet. This record features my brother Jadakiss. And MOP.
Listen.
I don't want to talk, man.
You didn't talk, bro.
I ain't even cocky. I'm just confident.
Listen, You don't know this about me, but Mash Out is one of my favorite, like EPMD Mash Out. Like,
brother. Hey, yo, and you know what's crazy? Fun fact for Locks fans. The Locks are huge MOP fans. Those are their favorite group.
Listen.
MOP is the Locks' favorite rap group. There y'all have it.
You got to understand, for me, I'm going to go back to 07 when I thought 07 was a banging year for hip hop. People forget about 07. And I may be off by a year, but that's when MOP dropped, and then when Raekwon dropped the Cuban Links 2, and Styles was on both albums. I was like, yo, Styles was on both albums of the year.
Facts.
It was Bang Bang.
Facts. No, that's a good point.
Listen.
Great point.
Both songs still are in my gym playlist to this day. Like, they get me going in the gym. Like, so salute. Listen,
if anybody's ever been like at a Lock show, right?
Yes.
When the Locks are backstage, when we in the dressing room and we like chilling, vibing, getting ready for the show, guess what they're playing? Cold as Ice. They're playing Cold as Ice 1,000,000 times. Yo, they play Cold as Ice like 10 times in a row. Tech, you know, shout out to DJ Tech. The world is finally getting to see who DJ Tech is from the verses. Tech been with us from day one. Tech always been the illest nigga. Everybody just finding out now. But Tech would play Cold as Ice 10 times in a row before the Locks come out to perform. Crazy.
Let me tell you, man. I've seen the Locks. I've been to Locks shows from Brooklyn to like everywhere, all the way up to Mass. I've seen Styles and my man, shout out to my man Skies. I've seen them 5 years ago in Massachusetts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the energy that any Locks member gives when they hit the stage is ridiculous. I've seen them in Toe's Place, like bodying it, like, and then
Toe's Place.
Yeah, I've been. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that's one of our favorite. That's one of my personal favorite venues. Toad Place.
Listen, Toad is not the same, man. I don't want to give them no love. They're not the same, bro. Let me tell you.
It's been a while since we've been able to touch that stage, bro.
Trust me, man.
Every time we've been to Toad's Place, it was a real hip hop crowd, though. They fucking knew everything.
Let me tell you, real talk. I was in once. Shout out to my man Doug. I used to work with my man. We in there, yo, in Toad's Place, and anytime the Locks is gonna get this show off anyway, and there was a fight right in front of us. Now I'm not paying attention. My man was like, "Yo, just take a step back. That's all. Let them do them." But and you know how it is. You was there, so you know what it's about.
We jump in the crowd, nigga. Styles. Every time we do Kiss Your Ass Goodbye, here goes Styles. You want to turn this shit into a mosh pit. No matter where we go, that's just the thing. That's his little thing. We jumping in the crowd with him. Yeah, it's crazy, man. The love, the energy, especially like with Connecticut in particular. Yeah, man. I've always experienced electric energy from those crowds, bro. So definitely shout out the whole CT from Bridgeport, Waterbury, Stanford. Yo, wherever we touch the stage, they always showed us wild love in CT. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, the Locks, like anywhere you go, the Locks is like ever since I've been out here, like it's just been that Bible of hip hop out here. You know what I'm saying? Right. There's no bad talk about the Locks nowhere you go.
And not to shift it, right? But this is what happened. This is why y'all saw what y'all saw at the verses. See, people don't understand that we take this shit really seriously. Like, all of that shit is fun and games, but guess what? We really rehearsing. We really making sure our bars are sharp.
Y'all care, man.
We not playing with this shit. Like, niggas came out thinking it was gonna be like, oh, we just gonna go energy of the records. No, the skill come before the energy of the record. The skill gives the record energy. Because you can have a big record and you be up there like this, just with no vibe. And niggas, you have a huge record, my man, get that shit out of here. But when you like X, you fucking into that shit. They love that shit.
Anybody know me? I don't go to a show and I leave drenched every show. Because I'm giving that energy. Sometimes, real talk, as an artist, you may feed off of that person in the crowd.
Oh, we definitely do. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen Joel Ortiz dap me up like, yo, man, that energy was real. My man Sky. Shout out to my brother Sky Zoo, Torre. Those my brothers. Like,
man, Sky Zoo, Torre, those are good brothers too, man.
Shout out to all my people. So, real quick, one more thing before I let you go. And listen, man, I appreciate this time. This is like a classic for me. Tell them, besides the music, what else are you into, man? Like, you know what I mean? Because I know how my man DJ really rock with you. I don't know if everybody know about that part if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, man. Shit, man. Like I said, it's a lot. You know, I wear a few hats. That I'm proud of. You know, one thing I just want people to know about me is that I'm definitely a full-time warrior dad. I consider myself a warrior because I get in there and I battle no matter what, good, bad, or indifferent. Some days are sunny, some days are ugly. You know, and Instagram, you know, they always got us to show always the great side, you know. But I like to show the balance because, you know, that makes you more down to earth and makes it more real, reality. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just want people to know that like, I take that shit seriously. Puzzles in the Sky Part 2, the follow-up to my first album I'm working on right now. Besides that, I actually also, my man, yo, no doubt, Live Dogs. Just again, it's a lot I don't really keep my horn. I hate to say, but again, I am the first bookie from my city.
That's what I was doing. Yeah, talk to him.
I literally ran a gambling spot. I had my own spot for a few years. I take sport bet action. We run a sport podcast. Y'all can follow us on Instagram, Live Dog Sport Betting. That's me, myself, and my brother Poobs from D Block also. Again, I always had a knack for that. Got a lot of cool players and greats that I'm friends with from the league, whether it be football or basketball. I ain't gonna say no names, but I got Hall of Famers. I'm gonna say that. I got Hall of Famers that's my brother. Like, you know what I mean?
They don't know.
As a fan of the sports, I'm just blessed and honored to share insight and analysis with people that really hang on to what we say. We have a lot of winners. Nobody's perfect, but we have a lot more sunny days than dog days. We have a lot more winners than losers. Besides the sports thing, the sports talk, again, y'all can check that every day. We post pics from baseball, football, basketball, whatever when it comes up. Besides that, I also got my acting debut on. Got a movie coming out on Netflix. It's called Onyx. I'm a part of a great cast. I'm one of the main characters in the movie. And for the ladies, I've been working out. I got a dope shower scene. You know, all my LL shit. You know what I mean? Got a shower scene. Look, I made my debut with a shower scene. Come on, dog.
No, that's the Tommy Barnes. That's the DMX show. You know, that's the classic.
Oh yeah, no, hey yo, real talk.
That's the classic.
Not to be biased. I promise y'all. Somebody called me out on this. Remember, I said this. This movie Onyx, it gives us belly vibes, bro. It's gonna give you a belly. And I invite anybody to tell if this shit is whack. Say it's whack. Tell me it's whack. I invite y'all to tell me it's whack. I'll put the video up and say, I deserve this. But I promise y'all gonna be excited by this movie, by the screenplay, by the theme. Great actors, great energy, great camaraderie. And I can't wait till y'all see it. We definitely not doing no YouTube shit. So look for it on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime or one of them shits. Trailer's coming soon. We're gonna drop the trailer.
Word.
Y'all know.
Word.
I'll keep you
Listen,
posted.
let me know, bro, because right here, listen, this is a platform for you, bro. You don't need this platform. You know where you at, but at the same time, it's a love thing. You did this out of the love of hip hop for the culture. I'm thankful for that. And this is somewhere that anything you got going, bro.
I appreciate that, brother.
I'm gonna wait for that, man.
Thank you.
But it's so funny when I think about the sports bookie thing. I'm like, man, I'm not a gambler, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got the worst gambler stories. Like I was going to Fort, and you can attest to that. I was going to Fort Road to get my school sneakers. Homeboys doing 3-car months right outside.
Oh no, they didn't get you with that, dog. No.
Yeah, I got yo, I ain't gonna give him a buck. As soon as I was catching it every time. As soon as I put my money down, my heart just dropped. And then the cop was coming up the block. That box was on the ground. Everybody scattered. I was a little kid. I was in 7th grade on Fordham Road. I followed homeboy. I was like, yo, I get my money back. He's like, nah.
I mean, you was young. Sometimes we got to go through it so we know better.
Let's do it. And look, I'm 44 now, and that shit stuck with me, bro. That's to this day. I just can't. Man, listen, it's a word.
No doubt, brother.
Listen, salute to my brother Snyp Life. Yes, Rock. Thank you for your time, man. Thank you for this conversation, bro, because
brother,
this showed a different side to the MC, the artist, and I knew that you had that, and I wanted to let everybody see that as well, man, because they get lost in the life that you live as an artist, thinking it's all of this, not realizing the trials and tribulations of being a man and a father that comes with that you're not leaving behind.
Yeah, I mean, it's about, again, I just want to share this last piece with y'all.
Please,
Also,
please.
every Thursday at 4 o'clock, because tomorrow is Thursday. So every Thursday at 4 o'clock, I go live with my brother. He's another autism warrior dad of a beautiful daughter. That's my brother, Puzzle Voice, Puzzle Life. That's the clothing. And he's an entrepreneur, him and his wife. That's my sis. We go hard for this. We talk about a lot of, you know, day-to-day things. We give out information. I do a lot of events. We do a lot of events, fashion shows. We've done book bag giveaways. My brother Selassie was the cook. My brother Selassie, I brought him out to the Bronx. He was in the park. I had him on the grill. He was lacing the food for our babies. I got a lot of cool things. Like I said, with the autism community, I always try to, you know, show them a lot of love and acknowledgement, because I feel like they get overlooked a lot. We only really talk about autism in the month of April, because that's autism awareness. That's what the government give us. But we live this shit 365.
Every day,
so after
second.
April, when they leave and they take the pins off, you know, the basketball coaches, and you be seeing everybody with, autism. They take them pins off in May. But we keep going. We don't stop. We keep going. And I'm doing a swimming initiative. A lot of our autistic kids get found missing, drowned. There's a lot of stories. Y'all can Google autism and water, and y'all can just see thousands of stories. I'm starting a swimming initiative. I want to give. I don't know if this is gonna cut off, but I want to say this real fast. Rest in peace to the big brother Scoop from School Street, the same hood as DMX. He is just as legendary, but he's not a rapper. He lost his life. He lost his life in Yonkers, saving a child with autism. And I feel like that shit ain't never really get enough limelight. And I feel like I don't never want someone like that to die in vain. So I'm starting an initiative named after him or for him. We just gonna do something there.
Right.
And I just want to bridge that gap with hip hop and autism. There are a lot of celebrities. Y'all know some of y'all favorite celebrities. They don't go hard like this for autism, and it's cool. But y'all follow my lead, because at the end of the day, I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about your numbers. I don't care how famous you are. I take this shit for real. This shit is passionate. I'm here with you, brother, and I appreciate your time. I treat this shit like we was on the same platform as Drink Champs or any of them other shit. You get you get the same me that I would have gave them. You know what I mean?
And I felt that, bro. Listen, once again, that's just been from the moment I've been connected with you. So I appreciate that, Snyp, man. Thank you, bro. And anything you got going, let me know, because on the website, the events you got going, DJ, myself, we have no problem letting anybody know. Holla at me. I'll keep them posted out here. I got some people I might want to connect you with, because, like I said, I got some friends that have been doing this, the autism fight as well, for a long time. And
man, we're just trying to build communities, man, build and bridge that gap, because we are all one, all around the world. This shit is like everywhere. It's 1 in 44 boys. You know what I mean? So you tell me, like in a week's time, you've probably gone past that many people that is connected to autism. And a lot of people, some people don't know, they misinformed, they misdiagnosis, or they just too proud to speak on it. But sometimes when we do shit like this, it gives people courage to come out and tell a story. And that's all I want. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And again, before I go, that was I got spent off, because what I was saying all of that for is this right here. This is what I was saying all that for. I try to tell the young homies this now. The young homies is outside, they lit and all that. Care about your legacy. Let me tell you something about legacy, dog. When you not here no more, you got to ask yourself, how do you want people to treat your family? How do you want people to treat the loved ones that you left behind? If you didn't stand for nothing, they're not going to give them the proper respect. And that's your legacy, because your legacy precedes you when you're gone. Niggas don't even think about it, because we too selfish. Right, we trying to get through the day. We trying to be lit. We trying look. We got people passing away. They don't got life insurance. Like it's real shit that's going on, and it don't resonate until it's too late. So I always try to tell the little young homies, think about your legacy. Think about how you want people to treat your family members, your daughter, your son. You know, when they come through, you want them to disrespect them and kill. Oh, your father wasn't shit. You know, because that's what happens out here.
Exactly. Listen, man.
Think about your legacy, man. That should be very important to y'all. Word up.
And this is one thing, real shit. Like, I just hope that, like, because all our episodes get put on the YouTube and everything. This is one. I hope they watch all of them. But real shit, like, I really hope people tap in with this, man. And that, because, like you said, some people they too hard in front of the camera. You know what I mean? But when they sit down in their room, in their house, and they watch this, they're like, damn, they're going to make you made a lot of people think, bro. And that's all I can ask, man. I'm thankful for that, man. And you did that here on the Regular Cat Convo, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Brother, appreciate Regular Cat Convo. This is very, very down to earth. And it's because of people like you in your own way. Don't never underestimate what you're doing or who's watching. Because let me tell you something. You're doing your part of pushing the culture forward. You, your whole staff, everybody that supports you, stand with you. I'm a hip hop kid. I'm not from the era. So I don't even pay attention with half the shit. I'm a caveman. I don't know. Look, I don't know the Instagram models. I don't know the up and coming rappers. I don't know. No people be reaching out to me. I'll be like, yo, I'm sorry, bro, and they be lit like but I don't know because I'm not from this era and I deal with a different type of environment, principles that people attract. You know, certain people attract like energy. So people like you though, I always big up because you guys are doing the bulk of the work. Y'all out here. Y'all work, you know what I mean? A lot of these corporates, they just push a button. They got this one and that one to go do all that work. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to yourself. Big yourself up. Keep doing this shit. You doing this shit for the culture, bro.
Thank you, B. Listen, I can't appreciate nothing more than that, man, because when everybody come up here, they say that. And every time I see in the comments, I always say there's a dope convo. And that's all I aim for. I'm a fan. I don't try to hide or sugarcoat. I am a fan. And I'm doing, like you said, I want to give everybody the questions I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Once again, my brother Snyp, we're going to have like a Snyp playlist ready for y'all in no time right after this interview. Y'all can always check Regular Cat Radio. His music is in a regular rotation. We building that as well. Snyp Life, D-Block. Thank you for
all day, bro. Y'all know, man. Peace and blessings, everybody. Y'all be safe out there. I'll get with you soon, brother. No big time Mount Vernon shit, my brother. You already know.
We're going to be talking on regular, bro, because I'm going to be seeing you. We're going to be hollering at some things, man, for sure, bro.
Fact. All right, brother. Y'all take it easy. Hey, yo, Honeymoon, keep doing that artwork, baby. Fire. Keep it going,
and thanks for shining out so I can live another day.
Love you, man.
Bro.
Peace, y'all.
Be safe. Word. Listen, that was my brother Snyp Life D-Block, man. Thank him for joining us, man. Thank all y'all for being here. Shout out to my team. DJ, thanks for setting that up, bro. Moon, the artwork was phenomenal. Everybody that rocked with us. Son of Selassie, everybody that came through from D-Block, thank you, man. Everybody that came through for Snyp, for the Regular Cat Convo, we appreciate that, man. This is what we about here. And listen, real quick before I go, shout out to my brothers Torre and Bonsu. Hard to Earn is going to be this week. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't know, they will be revisiting the Tribe album. You know what I'm saying? The Low End Theory joint is going to be the 30th anniversary. So check in with us Friday, the 24th. We're going to be in at 10 o'clock. I might jump on before then, do my own thing, vibe out, get ready. You know what I mean? But Selassie, I definitely be hitting you, man. Thank you for your time. Thanks, everybody. And listen, next week, we got it already lined up. I got some plans. Y'all know how we do. I don't like to let it out too early because I want to keep y'all guessing. But once again, everybody that stops and be like, listen, I love what y'all doing. Let's keep doing it. Thank you. You know what I mean? Because I appreciate that. That's support in a way that some people that we know don't give us. You know what I mean? So I get stopped all the time. They appreciate what we're doing. And we're doing this because we love it, man. So thank you to y'all. Once again, check us out, the Regular Cat Convo, the YouTube channel. Check the website. Check the Regular Cat radio station. We got some things coming, man. We're going to be bubbling, so you want to rock with us now. Mama Gibbs, I love you. My lady Jess upstairs, my boy Noah upstairs, my whole team. Everybody that rock with us, I love y'all. Thank y'all, man. Stay up, be safe, and peace.